Okay, now I'm going to show you how you can use a much more powerful software that's free to use. And it is called the Mini Tool Partition Magic. And the free edition is what you want. So I will give you a link to that. And what you want to do is download this. So just go over to where it says free download, and then you can download it from there. Okay, and then once it's downloaded, just go ahead and install it. And once you've downloaded it and run it, you should see something that looks like this. So just go launch application. Okay, and then when it comes up, we see sort of the same information, but we have a lot of expanded functionality we can do. Okay, so again, we see all our bits and pieces. So we have a window recovery drive, it says here. So that's 1,000 megabytes, used 24%. We have our system drive. These are system files. Okay, and then we have uh, another drive here. We have something else here just called other of 128 megabytes. We have C, and then over here we have D, and over here, okay, we have another drive of 350 megabytes, and then we have another one over here that's 12.1 gigabytes. So what I want to do in this case is I want to shrink down the D drive because only part of it's used. Let's see, D drive is 30.8 gigabytes. So if we look down here, so we see the 30.8 gigabytes one. You'll see that it's only using a small amount of that. So unused is 29.11 gigabytes. So what I want to do is extend the C drive. Now, so I don't have to go and shrink this one first with this software. I can right click on here and then I can go down to where it says extend. And it'll ask us right here where we want to take it from. So in this case, we do want to take it from D. If there's other choices here, it'll show us the other choice, okay, which is this 12.1 gigabyte one over here. And then you have a slider here. So right away, it just comes up right in the center of it, assuming that you may want to take half of it. If I take half of it, it shows us that the C drive will go from 420 to 433, and the D drive will go from 30.8 to 17.45. And then I can slide this along to wherever I want. Okay, and it gives us updated results there. But I don't want this any bigger than what it has to be. So it'll now bring this down to 4.12 gigabytes, and this one will go up to 446.8. So let's click OK. Now the great thing is we don't have to stop there. We can keep going in the same session here. So let's go back into the C drive here, right click, and then let's go extend again. And let's go and take it from this other drive now, 12.11. Okay, now in this case, it's only got 1.81 gigabytes that I can take out of it. It's using the rest, so I'm not going to bother with that. Now you can also, if you right click or if you click on one of these and then you right click, okay, and then what you can do is you can have a look at what's inside here. So let's click on Explore. Okay, and it's showing us what's in this drive. Okay, so you see that the information is here. It's quite old. It would have been when I just got this particular computer. So we have the system volume information, and we have a recovery partition, and this was for Windows 8 at the time here. So I don't need that. So I could go ahead and delete this drive. Okay, and it's turned it into unallocated space. Okay, now if you change your mind, you'll see here there's an undo button. If I click that, it puts it back the way it was. All right, so let's go. And what else do we have here? 250 megabytes. Let's see what's in here. So we can go explore. Okay, so this is our system drive, our boot EFI, which is part of the boot process instead of going into the BIOS anymore. That's how you do it. Okay, so I'm going to leave this alone. When in doubt, don't get rid of something. Just leave it. Okay, so let's look at what's in this one. Okay, again, some more boot information. We have our other drive. Okay, we can't even look inside that one, so I'm going to leave that alone. Let's look in here. Okay, this one won't even let us look inside it. There's no Explorer here, so definitely we're going to need to leave that one alone. This is our D drive, and let's explore this one. And again, we have some more recovery stuff in here. So if I wanted to, I could delete the recovery drives here, and then I could extend them into the C drive. No, I'm not going to do that. I have lots of room on this computer, so it's not an issue, so I'm just going to leave them. But if you wanted to, you could go ahead and do that. And that's why you created the recovery drive from before. Okay, so once you've done that, and you got everything the way you want it, you go over here and you click apply, and it will implement your changes for you. So here we now have a 4.1 gigabyte drive for D, and it's put it into this drive. So let's go ahead and check this. Okay, so it's telling you that it's going to do it, so just click yes here if you're sure. Okay, and it'll go ahead and do it. Now, if there's a problem with drive usage, it'll pop up here and tell you that it needs to do it on reboot and ask if you want to reboot the system. And then you can just reboot the system, and it will do it all during boot up. But in this case, it's not having a problem finishing the task right while we're looking at it here. So let's just wait for that to finish. Okay, so that is finished correctly. You can also reallocate space on other drives. So if we want to make a partition here, then we can do that. Now we just move resize. So what we can do is take from this pool here and create some unallocated disk space. So let's do, well, okay, so when you click the down arrow, we get unallocated space. So now you can also key in here. So if we wanted to say, like that. So this is how much space will be left in the drive, and this will be what's in the unallocated space, so 352 megabytes. Okay, so let's click OK. Now you'll see that we have 352 megabytes of unallocated space. Okay, so let's right click on this and do a create. And then what we're going to do here is give it a name. Call it test. And then we can give it a drive letter here. So it'll take the one that's immediately available, but let's just pick another one here. Let's click OK. We have a little bit more unallocated there. Let's go in here and extend. I'm not sure why it did that. So let's grab all that, click OK. There it is. So let's just apply now. Okay, and then this will create the disk for us, and when we're done, we will have all of our disk drives ready. Okay, so now that this task is completed, you'll see that our disk drives are all set the way we want. So we have these two changed, and then down here we've added this test drive as well. Okay, so now we're going to go on to how to get into recovery.